Welcome to another episode of Riding and Wrenching, the biggest little YouTube channel on the entire interwebs. I am your host, Q the Rider, and in today's episode, I am going to share with you the tale of me losing both of my tires, a double blowout. This happened about a little over 2 years ago. Now, I've mentioned this incident a couple of times in prior videos, but today I'm going to tell you the whole incident, tell you what happened, and also share with you some of my lessons learned from that double blowout. I was riding through Ohio. I don't remember which interstate it was, but it was dark. None of the street lights were working. It was just me and the guys in my club. There were probably maybe 10 of us, maybe 10 or 12 of us that day. Riding in a staggered formation. I was on the left side. I think I was the third or fourth bike on the left side. Cruising down this dark interstate when all of a sudden I see all of the brake lights on the bike in front of me light up. And I see the back end of the bike hop up in the air. And I'm just holding on going, holy crap, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden I hit something. Bam, bam. It was a double hit, the front wheel and the back wheel. I have no idea what it was. And then the next thing I remember is seeing the bike in front of me start doing the death wobble. And I saw him just losing control of the bike. And then he went down on the right. As soon as I saw him go down, I leaned left so that I could avoid running him over. And now my bike develops a death wobble. And I'm in panic mode here. Again, I've got about 1.5 years of riding experience at this time. I grab a handful of brake, hit the rear brake, and I'm aimed for the shoulder. Had no control over the bike because the handlebars were just going bonkers. And thank God I didn't go down. You know, the bike slowed down. There were no cars next to me. I imagine the cars behind us saw what was going on because all the bikes are scattering. The guy who fell off his bike continued moving and eventually fell over and started spinning like a top. And you see sparks flying all over the place, and there were parts and everything. The bike was just continuing to go down the road. And then again, the whole pack is just scattering, trying to avoid him and trying to avoid getting hit by the bike. Again, me, I'm headed towards the shoulder with absolutely no control of my motorcycle. But eventually I slowed down. I think I made it to the shoulder. I got really close to it. I put the kickstand down, I hopped off the bike, and I go back and start to check on my friend who fell. Fortunately, there was some good Samaritans there. They saw everything that happened, and they were tending to my friend. Fortunately, he only sustained some relatively minor injuries. He had some pretty good road rash, and I believe he broke his thumb. And I'm sure he was in a lot of pain, but based on the speed we were going, we got really lucky. So I'm just grateful for him and grateful for his health. He's back riding today and doing fine. Has recovered pretty well. But that's what happened. So the lessons learned from that day. Number one for me is to keep your hands on the handlebar. When you can't see at night and you have limited visibility, you don't know everything that's in front of you. And if you hit something, you're in the best position possible by having both hands on the handlebar. The other thing that I think helped me is that I always have a backrest. So you have your backrest, which is vertical, supporting you in the back. Obviously, you're sitting down, so you have some horizontal support. And you got your hands on the handlebars. That's a 3-point position, even though the handlebars were doing their thing. Without a backrest, I would have had no support, and it would have been more difficult to hold on. So I'm just grateful that I always rode with a backrest. Your headlights. Don't outrun your headlights. Now, we were in a pack, so that's different, but the same thing could happen if you're riding by yourself. And had I been by myself, there's a good chance I still would have hit whatever that thing was. We were never able to find it, but when you're on a dark road and it's just you, don't outrun your headlights. You got to take it easy. Inspect your tires on a regular basis. Now, that wouldn't have saved us on that day, but you need to make sure your tires are always in good shape. So inspect your tires, check your air pressure, and make sure that it's good. Now, if you happen to buy a used motorcycle and you are unable to determine how old those tires are, I would go ahead and replace them. Don't take a chance. Tires do not last forever. They might look fine, but they could still be weak. and you could have a blowout, and you don't want that, believe me. Do not rely solely on your tire pressure monitoring system to make sure that your tires are inflated properly. They're not always accurate, and they can be a little finicky. Manually check your air pressure just so that you understand the relationship between the actual air pressure that you measure versus what your TPMS is telling you that the air pressure in your tires are. The next thing, the Harley wheel and tire package. Oh man, I paid $50 to get my bike back on the road. They replaced both rims, both tires. I got new bearings. They installed it, the whole 9 yards. $50. That whole wheel and tire package paid for itself in that one instance. So I have no complaints about that. I'm usually not a big fan of extended warranties, but I am sold on that wheel and tire package, especially if you do a lot of riding. And something else you might want to do is keep a tire plug kit on your bike, because you could always run over a nail or something and you're just going to lose air slowly. The worst thing that you want to do is have to sit on the side of the road for 2, 3, or 4 hours waiting for a tow truck for a nail that you could fix in about a half an hour with a tire plug kit. So make sure you have that in your bike. Roadside assistance. Now, if you are a member of the Harley Owners Group, a hog chapter or something, then roadside assistance might be part of that package that you're in. Or make sure that your bike insurance has roadside assistance coverage, because it can be pretty expensive. You know, I hope that that my experience helped someone. Again, you know, this is part of a series of videos that I'm doing, you know, my advice from one new rider to another. I have a playlist on my channel with other videos just covering random topics and things that I've learned as a new rider that I'm loving to share with anybody who's interested. So definitely check that out. If you want to support the channel, please make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, and leave me some comments. And if you've had a blowout on the road, tell me about it. Tell me about your experience. Also, check the description of this video. I have a variety of Amazon affiliate links. That's also a great way to support the channel. If you buy any of those products or any other product on Amazon, after you click on my affiliate link, I get a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help out the channel, and I really appreciate that support. That's all I got. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out.